Okay, so Mr. Donald Trump is in news since 20th January 2025 when he took the oath as 47th President of United States. From the begin only he is in news. On the first day in the office, he he signed many executive order on the day one only. Now since then, daily basis or hourly basis, he is signing executive order here and there. The most devastating or the most surprising news that came was stopping the aid of Harvard University, because it is earlier, if he was terminating job of federal employee, then it was kind of hampering the career of adult people. They are around 25 and more. They are employee, so they can take job anywhere else. If Donald Trump is doing tariff war with China right now, it is 245% tariff on China. Now in that sense, Chinese government are in problem. But when he is stopping aid to Harvard University, then directly students who are not mature from age and brain, they are coming into the picture, and it is devastating now. Everywhere around the globe, discussion is going on that American government is stopping aid on American universities. That is never happened. The aid on an American university is concerned, it is around $240 billion, 240 billion to $250 billion. We consider $240 billion only, or $249 billion. It is something like that. If I consider to lower side also, $240 billion is American government aid to all the universities in the United States. More or less, they get similar aid from the state government also. United States of America, it has 50 states. University get more or less same aid from the state also. They get endowment also. Like Harvard University get $50 billion per year as endowment, which various people there earlier, their past students and whatever, they donate to the university. In that sense, this university keep getting $50 billion as endowment. In that endowment, $2.2 billion or 3 billion, $2.3 billion it gets from the government of United States, federal government. Other it gets from the state government and other means. Similarly, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, that is considered as the number one engineering college in the world, it receives $1.6 billion aid from the American government. And altogether, it gets $23 billion as endowment aid from everywhere, including the state government, that is Massachusetts state, or federal government, that is $1.6 billion. Okay, these are the scenario. Why we are talking about this is that stopping the aid of any organization, private organization, it will go as a culture, because India is a country where the topmost institutions are public institutions. It is not private institutions. If we take about engineering colleges, the Indian Institute of Science and National Institute of Science, these are the engineering colleges which are funded fully by the central government or 50% by the central government. Then Indian Institute of Management is also there. Then Indian Institute of Medical Sciences is there. There also government spends a lot. Okay, these are called IIM, Indian Institute of Management, or AIMS, All India Medical Institute. So these are the places where Indian government. So in India, the high rank colleges are public colleges, means government colleges, not private colleges. Where in America, high rank colleges are private colleges. But it is, but around 20%, earlier 13% of the total expenditure, it was supported by the state government in America, and 7% was supported by the federal government. That is the structure of American university. Around 20% of the total expenditure was supported by the government, whereas here total expenditure is supported by the government. But nowadays, these colleges, they take a lump sum of money from the students. That is very bad. Means the engineering colleges, or this management colleges, I don't know about the medical colleges, they take tons and tons of money from the student. But this culture, the culture that has started in America from Donald Trump, then don't give any money to the private colleges. In that sense, the private colleges will be run from the students' pocket money only. And that is a devastating situation. Devastating situation has already started in India, where 20 years back, the fee structure of engineering colleges were very, very different than what is right now. It is more or less people can consider it is the net expenditure that what student is paying from his pocket in 20 years back and what is right now, it is more or less 20 times more now. 20 times more now. Now, in that sense, that culture is anyway growing in India to grab the money from the student. Now, same culture has started from the America. Now, there is a feedback. If culture in India started that grab the money from the student, and then again it is culture has started in America, grab the money from the student, then Indian government will get promoted. Their mentality will be promoted, and they will start stopping that whatever the aid they are giving to the colleges, and one day will come that no one will be able to study in the good colleges except very rich people. So this is the new culture that is going on worldwide, that whoever is getting benefited grab money from them only rather than government spending anything. This is the culture that I would say started in India, but anyway it is happening in America also. So I have a list of 20 universities in America where the 240 billion is very huge amount that American federal government, that is the central government, spends across the private universities. $240 billion. Okay, in that sense, how much Indian central government spend in the public university? What is public, what is private, I don't know, because the fee structure of now public engineering colleges are also very high, very high, not high, very high. Not everyone can afford now, but with the new culture that what Donald Trump is cultivating, that will make the situation more grim day by day. Anyway, Indian government spends 1,28,000 crore in educational program. 1,28,000 crore. 1,28,000. 1,28,000. If I see in dollar, if I divide by 100, 1,28,000 will become 12,000. Then it will become 128,000 crore dollar. Okay, multiplied by 10, that much million, around, okay, 128, 1, I believe that is all, I'm sorry, it will be 1280, 1280 dollar. If I multiply by 10, that much million, 1280, around 13 billion. 13 billion. I multiply with the 100, around someone can say around 15 billion. Earlier the news was 35 to 40 billion. Around 15 billion dollar Indian government spends on its educational program, where American federal government it spends $240 billion. $240 billion American federal government, central government spends on the university, whereas Indian central government spends $15 billion. There, the in 15 and 240 difference is very high. Means American government indeed it spends tons and tons of money in the education sector. That is for sure, and that's why American engineering colleges, especially, they are the topmost engineering colleges. From the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, I believe 110 students they have got Nobel Award. Researchers have got Nobel Award from Massachusetts Institute of Technology. 106 or 110. From the Harvard University, 161 researchers they have got Nobel Award. From Indian University, zero, nothing. Anyway, now we will see this $240 billion that it is astonishing for everyone. $240 billion in the American institution that central government is spending in America It has put ear straight to everyone in the world. This much money American government is spending in education. Okay. Now, in that sense, what are the colleges in the America? They receive the maximum funding out of it. So I'll read out 20 colleges in United States. They get maximum funding from the federal government. They get from the state government also. It is John Hopkins University, and that falls in Maryland, number one. Okay, not number one is not in the number one funding. Top 20 colleges I am saying. So John Hopkins in Maryland, University of Washington in Washington State, Seattle. Then Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which has received 106 Nobel Award. They have, and it is in Massachusetts State. Okay, and it receives 1.3 billion dollar from the federal government. 23 billion dollar is its total endowment, total funding it gets. Stanford University in California State, Michigan University in Michigan, UC San Diego, University of California in San Diego, in California State, Wisconsin University in Wisconsin State, Cornell University in New York State, and then this falls in 13 British colonies. Then, then ninth is Minnesota University in Minnesota. Then UCLA, University of California in Los Angeles, that also get high money from the central government. That is the number 10. Number 11 in Pennsylvania University in Pennsylvania State. Number 12 is Caltech, California Institute of Technology in California. Number 13 is Harvard University. It receives $2.3 billion per year from the federal government. $50 billion is the total endowment. Harvard University, it is in Massachusetts State again. UC San Francisco, University of California in San Francisco. Columbia University in New York. 16 is Yale University in Connecticut. All are 13 British. Okay. Penn State in Pennsylvania, and then Colorado States. Okay, CSU, Colorado State University, that is in Colorado. Pittsburgh University in Pennsylvania, and UC Berkeley, University of California, Berkeley. So 90% or more, above, around, I believe, except Colorado State or one or two, maximum are in around the east side or west side, either California or Seattle, or in the 13 British colony. Okay, if I see the Indian government 1.28 lakh crore or $15 billion, Indian government spends in the education sector. But right now it is taking heavy money from the student. There is no scholarship, nothing. Means for India also, medium class and poor class, it is becoming poor class. They cannot teach in the high profile educational sector. That is for sure. Medium class and high class, they can teach. So Indian government spends 11,349 crore rupees. That is excluding the students' fee. Student fee is very high in IIT. So there are 23 IIT in India, and in that 11,349 crore Indian government gives per year, and then students fee also come up, that is also very high. And then in Indian Institute of Management, then 251, only 251 crore government of India spent, 251. Rest of them comes from the students pocket only. Whereas in IIM are 21 IIM, Indian Institute of Management, in 21 IIM 251 crore, and 23 IIT 11,349 crore, rest from the students pocket. NIT, there are 31 NIT, and in that 5,090 crore, more or less half of the IIT, and half of this money comes from the state government for the NIT. More or less expenditure in the IIT and NIT are same anyway, and their fee structure for the student is also same. Now the question is arising, if the government, if they start their taking out their hand from this institution, then what will happen to the education level of United States, India, or worldwide? Because everyone will start doing like that only. Then what will happen to medium and student and lower family? How they will teach their student? That is a big question or big matter of debate that is starting now. What will happen to medium and lower family student? How they will study in top class institution globally? Okay, what we expect? We expect, especially in the India, that Indian endowment means Indian support to this institution should grow, and whatever students are paying as their fee, it should come down to zero, so that anyone can study. Okay, once they study, once they get the job, anyway they are giving the income tax that is very high, 30%. Okay, this is what we expect. So